Hello everyone, Senator Omar Fateh here. I'm in the Cedar Riverside neighborhood, and I wanted to speak to you about what we've been seeing here in the Twin Cities area, as well as throughout the state of Minnesota. President Trump has the full force of the federal government targeting the Somali community. What we've been seeing is that our neighbors have been detained, at times even American citizens, and families have been torn apart. But I want to let y'all know that it does not have to be this way, and that you do have rights, and I want to run them by you. First, when ICE or an ICE agent comes to your door, you have the right not to open and to request information. You can ask for a judicial warrant that's signed by a judge. You have to have a judicial warrant and not an administrative warrant. We saw that play out earlier today in the F building, in the towers behind me, in which an ICE agent came saying that they had a warrant to search the premises. We had Representative Mahmoud Noor, who did a great job in speaking with them and saying that, well, not so fast. You need to have a judicial warrant and not an administrative warrant. And of course, they tried to play dumb and act like they didn't know the rules. But in the end, they left the scene. And so that's what's needed right now. We need people that know their rights. We're having a lot of the boots on the ground organizations do a lot of great work. Folks like MIRAC and Care Minnesota and folks like that have been providing know your rights training, legal counseling and things like that. I'm going to provide a link in this caption for the link tree with a whole host of information about how you can get involved. I had a lot of folks reaching out asking how they can help best support their neighbors, and you can do so in a number of ways. Click on the link tree, get involved with those organizations. I know a lot of neighborhoods and a lot of folks have been forming group chats and on WhatsApp and Signal and things like that, letting folks know where ICE is and how to best support each other and things like that. So now is the time to get involved. In times like this, it's going to take an all-hands-on-deck approach, and so please tap.
So Trump launched an attack on Somalis living in Minnesota with claims that it's a harbor of various criminals who have attacked or rather been involved in serious crimes in America, and he feels that it is high time they get deported to Somalia. So this one has raised different speculations, with some saying that this is a target on the dark-skinned. This is a racial attack whereby Trump wants to eliminate any African who is in America. Some also say it is about economy or economic sabotage. He wants to degrade the Somalis who have heavily invested in the region. So I want us to watch the different thoughts of people and react to it in the end.
This is a moment you could be snatched and taken to ICE facilities for no reason other than the fact that you are Somali American. This is not the moment to be quiet. An entire army came to Minneapolis to target lawful U.S. residents, Somali Americans. It is wrong, period. And this is the moment that we stand up. And you can stand up. Don't feel like you're helpless. You're a proud American, and they came for you. And this is the moment you stand up. And here's why Target is important, because Target is not a company that is saying that they care about us. It's a Target that is silent. It's a Target that already bowed down to the Trump administration by reversing its DEI. And here's the thing, Target's headquarters is right here. This is not a foreign company. This is a company that Minnesotans built. We built it with our dollars, with our support. And here's the question, when they're silent, that means they're complicit. We are failing by not choosing to stand up. So we need to stand up. This is a moment that you could be walking to trying to get lunch, and you could be snatched and taken to ICE facilities for no reason other than the fact that you are Somali American. Stand up for who we are, and especially for all the young people online on social media who've been clapping back in so many different ways. I see you, we hear you, we value you, we love you. This is a moment that our entire community needs to come to, and especially for the young people. This is a moment for you to lead us. If this Target Corporation hears and feels the breath of the weight of our community, I guarantee we can not only reverse what's happening to ICE, but we will send a signal to everybody that this is a community you cannot mess with, because we are organized. And not only organized, we know where to move our money. And when we move our money, oh man, things start to happen. Things start to change. People start behaving differently. As long as they're connected to us through our money, they have a power from us. The moment we move our money, then we take the power back.
If you look like you're Somali or you're undocumented, ICE is going after you. This is according to sitting U.S. Congresswoman Representative Ilhan Omar, who said her son has been followed into a mosque where immigration officials observed him praying and then left, sat in the parking lot, and then followed him from there. And days later, as he was leaving a Target store, they pulled him over again and they questioned him. When he provided his passport, they let him go. But this continues to highlight. They're saying, well, he looked like he was undocumented and he looked Somali. So he's a black man in Minnesota, so he instantly becomes Somali. What about the Native Americans in the Southwest or anywhere in this country, including Oklahoma and Connecticut, that have been pulled over and detained by immigration officials because they look undocumented, because their skin is slightly darker? Yeah, it is straight racial profiling. And they're going after anybody, including the children of sitting U.S. congresspeople, just because they're not white.
I want you to understand that what Donald Trump is doing with Ilhan Omar and the attacks on the Somali community in Minnesota should be seen as an attack on Africans in general. In fact, not just an attack on Africans, an attack on immigrant populations, an attack on minority populations, an attack on other marginalized populations, because when you attack one of these groups, it becomes far easier to attack the next one. So if you as an African feel disinclined to speak on this situation for any reason or any personal interactions you've had with a negligible portion of any population, I want you to understand that this could be you next.
From my view, having watched what these people are saying, I can deduce that there is a serious ploy by the Trump administration to get hold of the African continent. And they are starting with the Somaliland. Somalia is a region that is believed to harbor potential oil barrels. So by attacking them, Trump wants to have a deal with the country. We know how Trump has always done his things. He creates a crisis, and through creating this crisis, he has or he forces the opportunity to negotiate with you. So it is this time that Trump is frustrating the Somalis in America so that they can force their government into a negotiation or into a deal that will see America having oil reserves in the country. And that is what I had Chaid Bolson saying in this video that I featured in my channel. He's saying that this is a geopolitical plan by this country to control or have full control over Africa. It is not a mere attack that is meant to uproot criminals in that region who have come from Somaliland, but it is deep down method on how to invest in the oil that the Somali people have in their country. Trump is cunning, and that is the same thing he's done in Congo. That is the same thing he did in Palestine. The same thing he has been doing in Syria. The same thing he has been doing in Ukraine, whereby he forces Zelensky to have a deal with him without even considering the plight of that country, the sovereignty of that country. It's high time we call out such characters, because we need freedom. Neocolonialism is a thing of the past. Let's give these countries space to grow on their own without gagging their potentials. That is the message I will say today. If you're watching us for the first time, I urge you to make a subscription to this our channel. Also, do not forget to share your thought on this issue. Thank you, and may God bless you.